Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. How's everybody doing this beautiful Friday? Or Saturday. The update came out Friday. Today, Saturday. Good, the stream actually worked. A lot of times lately I'll do a stream and it just won't register. Like there was times I would do like 2 hours of talking and I pretty much catch on before that, but I'll be like 30 minutes in and I'm like, this stream's not even online. Like, the PlayStation will say it's streaming, but it won't be. So what do we have going on here? A lot of the same. You know, summer events and stuff. So there is a purchase campaign going on, which is nice. You know, we probably forget about that a lot. So what they added is there's a new Sublime Young Kuropan, Magatama Young Kuropan. You know, in the survey, holy frig, did you see how fast that scrolled? But in the survey, we should have really asked for a Sublime testing grounds. So, like, you know how, like, in, like, other games like Honkai and Genshin, like, you can test out, like, the things you can buy. Like, you can, like, usually when you test out the character, they're coming with the featured weapon. Like, it would be really nice if there was a test dungeon just for Sublime. So, like, whatever's in the lineup, you could test it out. Like, that would be really cool, because then you could see how that thing would apply to your build or your weapon temporarily. Well, that'd be hard, because then they'd be messing with your weapon. But, yeah, videos would be good, too. Like, if... That would be nice if every, like... It should, like... This is one of those, like, not in my interest kind of things to say, but it would benefit Cyberstep to do a tech demo every time they release something new. Like, and it's you know, that, because realistically, the only times we find out what Sublimes are beforehand is, or just in general, is if somebody gets them and shows them to us. And that could be either... You know, one of your friends gets a move or something and they show it to you. Or you look up JP and maybe Kurenai gets something and they show it off. Or any other streamer, PC player, Steam player, anything like that. But other than that, yeah, you're kind of in the dark. You don't know if a move's good. Like, I've seen all these moves in advance because people share them online from the PC version. Like, thank God, good guys. You guys are great. Like... I remember when Blue Fang Blade Sublime for Twin Sword came out, and like you look at it and it's like, oh, that'd be so great, and then you actually get it. You don't know. You don't do any research, or like you don't know there is a way to get research or information about it. You roll like $200, and you get Blue Fang Blade Sublime for Twin Swords. Come to find out, it's a fire move, and it only hits 3 times. You feel like an idiot. You feel like this isn't right. Like, why? Why would you go through all of this, like, wailing just to get something that's potentially not good? Like, nobody, like, should go to, like, a car dealership. Now, cars cost a lot more than Sublimes. But no one should go to a car dealership and be like, yeah, I want the Ford Subaru Sedan Chan, and you buy it, and it's, like, a total piece of shit. And it's like, I want to... like, take this back. It's like, okay, but you're only going to get, like, a 40% back. It's like, what? You drove off the parking lot. Sorry, you tested it. You put it on your weapon. Like, that's not right. Like, it would be pretty much in their best interest to, like, do tech reveals. Like, if they release a new Vanguard, do a trailer. Show some things. And, like, other games will do that. Like, a new character comes out, they show trailers. Like, they show what it does, what it do. And... I shouldn't have left that area. And then the content creators will watch it. They'll slow it down. They'll go over all of it. And they'll spread that news to their followers and so on and so forth. Or their viewers, I should say. And that way, like, one little message echoes into every community interested in your game. And you get to hear different views and takes and opinions on it. Which is really, really good. Like, it's... I think that benefits everyone. I think that's kind of overdue. Like, remember when they brought out, like, some of the first Vanguards, like Shizuka and Moroku's Divine Possessions, like they came out with a trailer video, like versus Satan, and it was awesome. It was a beautiful video. You got to hear the song. They had an animated transformation sequence. Like, it was all really, really great and awesome. It was exciting. Like, they did it for Aegis. They did that for those two. Miyamoto didn't have one, but Miyamoto was around for like a month. She had a test done. She was the first Vanguard. Like, it was different then. There was no other option besides her. But that's definitely something that's kind of lacking. And it's always in their advertisement of the game, because like I've been told in comments, so like, Oro, if it wasn't for you, like I wouldn't know about this game. Like I wouldn't know how to do stuff. Like I wouldn't even know this game existed or is still around. Like I get so many comments, like people are like, is this game still around? And I'm like, yeah, it's still around. It's like better than it's ever been. Like, because we have all the JP stuff, the 10OC restores, the login event every day, 10OC every day, plus your daily mission. Like, you're getting OC every day. You're getting restores every day. Like, events are kind of like mainline to where, like, yeah, you get a scrap, you get useful stuff, you get restores, you get boosts, you get, like, any event, like, that you just play during, and you play it, like, casually, you don't, like, go, like, balls deep into it, you're gonna get, like, mag items, you're gonna get mag powders, you're going to get drops from wardings, like, you're going to get useful things that, like, a lot of veteran players, like, well, I already have this stuff, it doesn't really appeal to me, but, like, the game is always set up to expedite a new player's journey, which is great, because when, like, you want to start playing this game, you want to have fun, you want to feel powerful, you want to feel like you're getting an advantage, you want to feel like every event is just too good to be true. You got to be there every day. Like, that's the feeling they should bestow upon any player base. Like, you want to feel important. You want to feel, hey, it's my time, I'm logging into your game, treat me like a king. Like, and, like, show me that I can be a god if I work harder. Like, you know, like, that's what you want to feel. You don't want to just feel like some little, thanks for logging in, chump. You didn't put your credit card in, who cares? Like, that, you don't want to feel that. You don't. And, like, if they keep adding, like, new mags and recipes and stuff, like, it gives players things to do. Like, right now, I just went to try and get a Shunaban horn. Come to find out, I need a dried tongue. And I hate this. How you doing, Rocky? So, yeah, like, so I think even if Cyberset put out a little tech demo showing off all the Sublimes, like, they do their little update notes things, but they only show 3 Sublimes. Like, on average. Like, when the Abyss Sublimes came out, they showed, like, 3 of them. And I think there was only 3, but we didn't know whose was for what or whatever. Like, there was one for bow and spear, and then axe and odachi, and then there was one for sword, and then there was one for twin and sword. Like, there was 4. I think there were 4 Sublimes. They only showed 3 of them, so it's like, well, how am I supposed to know? And it's just a picture. Like, you like a little bit more than that. Like, just like demos, like showing what things are, like what elements they are. Like, show the skill fours. In Tanegashima? You mean the dungeon in the, you mean the last dungeon? Like the one on top of the mountain? Yeah, that would make sense. I figured, like, I just need 1. So I was like, I'm gonna go get 1. But then I forgot that it's the dried tongue I need, not the Shunaban horn. Like, this is like making a tiger moth. I think the last time I played, I got to this cave and I crashed. And I'm like, wait, why am I here? Like, I was like, I'm just gonna go to Nagashima. I'm like, wait, no, there's a reason I'm supposed to be here. This is for the greed mag. So, Dullahan is back. Dullahan Purg. One of the most generous Purgs ever. The one that really changed Purgs kind of forever. Well, not really. Dragon Arcs did that by introducing Ogies. But Dullahan was the first one where you could just get, like, 128 weapons, like, basically for free. Like, you just, like, play hard mode, you're gonna get all the recipes for the 128s. Or you just play a bunch of hell, or whatever. You don't really play Oni, that's a waste of time. Unless you want that achievement or whatever. Even if it's back, I don't know. But, it's totally such a great event because you can get these 128 weapons that are like 80% as good as like a Darkfin. Like, they're way easier to make than a Darkfin because it's just a Mephi weapon plus, like, I think some empty graves and stuff, but they're not that bad. Like, anyone could make one in a day, like, if they had the means to do so, I would say. You know, do I have an LTD boost? Because I'm about... I doubt I do. 200 LTD? Sure. I'm gonna get this horn. This dried tongue. I'm surprised I don't have any dried tongues. I'm actually really surprised by that. Like, would I have seen them in my inventory and thrown them away? Like... So yeah, like hopefully, like, if Cyberstep were to really just take charge and, like, show us, like, demos of Sublimes or add a Sublime test engine. Because the thing about the Sublime test engine is that they can skew that so much. Like, this is why I'm more in favor of them, like, showing us a video of what they all are, like just a big collage of everyone using the abilities. I would sooner have that than the test engine, because the test engine's going to give you, like, a sunrise weapon with it equipped. Like, it's going to be a dungeon that has fixed stats. Like, it's going to be something like that, because they can't just take one of your weapons and then, like, let's say I have my Revolt out, and I go into the dungeon with it, and then they put the Sublime on my skill, or on my, you know, my skill slots, and then something goes wrong, and I lose the Purgatory Ogi. And it's like, wait, what? Like, what if a glitch happens? Like, you don't want to mess with that what if scenario. Like, what if your internet cuts out and, like, lightning strikes Walmart Tower and Cyberstep servers, like, get destroyed, and when it comes back you lost your Oogie and now you have a shit Sublime. Like, no one wants to go through that. Oh, I got the dried tongue, let's go. And a Kuchiki Manji recipe. Fantastic. Probably gonna just ride out this booth. I'm gonna get, like, a bunch of dried tongue. But yeah, like, if they just had videos that just show how many hits something is, like how much range is it, like, you know, SP, skill force, basically everything that we kind of do, like, when we look at these things, that'd be great. Like, you can't preview how much skill force a move has before you have it, right? Like, if you go to the Nyankoropan, it doesn't show you the skill force of a Sublime. I don't think so. But imagine, like, that's another step they could do. Like, when you click on the description of a Sublime, like, what if it, like, just said, like, if it told you how many meters of range it had, and how many hits it was, and how much skill force it has at base, and how much skill force it has at maximum. Like, just those few little details, like, while you're highlighting it, like, whether it's in the Black Cat or the Nyankoropan, like, that'd be nice if it showed you, like, hits, like, how many meters of effectiveness is the move, which is, like, the range, you know? Like, is it short, is it long? Like, it won't say things like, oh, it tracks, or it makes you iframe, or whatever. Like, they wouldn't include, like, things like that. But they would sell a lot more if they did. Because the thing is, like, a lot of us as Oni players, we're all informed consumers. There's very few of us that are just blind, yeah, I want shiny because it's shiny. You know? Like, that would be nice going forward. So yeah, so Dullahan's here, new Sublimes. There is an OC campaign if you wanted to try and get Sublimes. If I remember correctly, I know Spear Sublime is Stone Spire Barrier Sublime. I'm kind of interested in it. I might do the 5 discount summons. I might. Because I kind of think it would pair, like, I've seen it before. Like, it's like a wave of rocks that go before you. And I kind of feel like I like that way more than Earth Upending Spear Sublime, where it's just a bunch of rocks that appear at the enemy. Like, Spear's supposed to be like a deterrent. It's supposed to attack everything in front of you, like, based on the moves you have. Like, Water Dragon works like that, Fire Dragon works like that. Thunder Crack works like that. You got nothing. Dang, rocks. It sucks, man. What were you going for? The bow one? The bow one would be so good to get to. Like as an accidental Sublime, the bow one would be like top tier to get. The bow one, Amaya's Punishment Sublime, is like 9 hits. It's really good. 9 hits, range. Like, bow wins today. But I think, I was thinking about today, like, I think Stone Spire Barrier, with how it works, it would go so well with the other Mountain Sublime that Sphere has. Because you would project, you got the one for Twins, and it's broken? Like, broken good, or just it doesn't work? Twins, what did Twin have? Twins is the Collapsing Blade Sublime, right? Doesn't it only hit 6 times? But I guess, like, it's not really to think about it as it only hits 6 times, but you got to think about it in the guise of, like, it's like having a second Collapsing Blade Sublime, or a second Collapsing Blade, like a second Collapsing Blade 6 from a ticket. Dang. Holy Sky Slash isn't that bad, though. That Dried Tongue doesn't exist. Oh. Yeah, it's called Twin Darkness Sublime, but, like, if you look at it, it's like Collapsing Blade Sublime. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, I might do the discounts. There is an OC campaign right now, so I might do the discounts, because the Sublime is tempting, because I think it with, I don't know, Boulder Breaker Sublime, I think they would pair perfectly. Like, I'm getting a bias punishment anyways. That would be nice. I would take it, actually. That'd be great. Oswald Sublime? So I've seen Oswald Sublime. It's more like a concentrated Oswald Barak. So what it should have been was a single beam of Judgment Cross with Black Lightning on it. That's all it should have been. Like, just, you know, that same frame of damage, but just with lightning and stuff. It should have been just Judgment Cross, 1 beam. That's what it should have been. But, like, it should have just been, like, the Satan laser. But it's not. Oswald Barak Sublime is 5 hits of range damage that's a bunch of, like, dark lightning just traveling in front of you. Like, it's a blast. So, like, imagine you're using your axe and you, like, scoop it out of the ground, and it just, like, shoots all the lightning in front of you. So it travels probably, like, 20 meters ahead of you. And I think it would bore. Like, I think the damage, it would pierce. It would pierce the enemies ahead of you. Like, it wouldn't just stop. I don't think it just stops at the first target. Yeah, but you have range. So, like, 5 hits and range is always, like, debatable. Because, like, Axe doesn't have ranged options, but having, like, a range option is really good. That's why, like, Judgment Cross is so good. Judgment Cross is this move that's just a laser. It's just a huge hitbox in front of you that just does 9 hits to everything. Like, it's just the standard of, like, wow, this move is so good. But yeah, it's 5 hits ranged. Like, once upon a time, Sword had this Oogie, this Sublime Oogie called Funerary Feathers. And Funerary Feathers was a dark move that hit 3 or 4 times to whatever was in front of you, and it was considered, like, S tier. Like, it was amazing, because you could use it to bully Kaguya in the air. So that would be the point where Oswald Barak might have an edge, is if the lightning, because I think Oswald Barak before hit in the air. Like, it would hit certain things based on their elevation. Like, I never had Oswald Barak, but I'm pretty sure that you could hit Kaguya with it, maybe? But I'm not sure, like, while she was in the air. I'm not sure about that or not. I know, funny enough, Tidal Wave Sublime hits Kaguya in the air because of the water coming out of the sky. funny enough. What do we got? Wow, Dry Tongue does not exist. I got the 1, and that's it. Yeah. Because I know the lightning was very, very tall. The Black Lightning's very tall in Oswald. So how much longer is on this boost? 21 minutes? I don't want to do it. I guess I'll just take the 1. Because I only need 1 to make 1 Greed Mag, I think. So. I think. Like, I think I can make the Ragaraja right now. So, that's fine. So let's go to Onigashima and let's go look at the Nyankoropons and stuff. Let's go check things out. Okay. I gotta admit, every time I hear Leviathan's voice, it's always pleasant. It's just refreshing. Oh, there's the point room. Make sure you fill up your point room as today. It's Saturday. Okay, so quickly we'll go have a look at Dullahan. Because Dullahan should be here. People should be running Dullahan. There he is. Dullahan Purg is here. There's Hell, Normal, Hard. Pony. Dullahan can be. Like, I don't like fighting Dullahan on Hell by myself. Like, I don't like that at all. And I've been tricked into that before. Like, I've had someone ask me to, like, help them with Dullahan. I get in there and just no one's doing anything. And I'm like, you guys suck. Like, not that they're weak, it's just you guys are just, what the hell? Like, what were you doing? Like, there were people capable of helping, but they just didn't want to. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, like the biggest tip I can give, like you can do it with Honda, absolutely. And the biggest tip I can give is like bring a bow when you fight Dullahan, and generally you can beat Dullahan down to his first 2 heads within your duration. And then the biggest tip I can give is on the last head phase, bring out your bow and just pot shot his head and fill up again. Like, take the time to, like, manually switch out of Vanguard, use your bow, fill up on the head, and then turn back into your Vanguard, and then finish it off with the 3 minutes remaining on Honda. Or whatever your Vanguard is, whether that's KG, Honda, whatever. That's a really good strat if you're, you know, if you're not in a team that's doing it quick enough, or if you're by yourself. Like, that's the method I use if I have to do it by myself. So I should have gotten the last horn, or whatever, or tongue, or whatever it was. Should just go to production cost, and then that's a Ragaraja. Can I not make it? Oh, that's Greed. Oh. Messed up. It's a skill mag, isn't it? Ragaraja. Tycoon mag. I never got the Tycoon. How do I get the Tycoon? That's what it's for. Yeah. If you can get him in the corner and things go good, KG can do it for sure. It's always tight. I remember we'd have like parties of like 5, and it wasn't always like we wouldn't always get it. Tycoon. What's a Tycoon? Tycoon is a colorless mag. Tycoon. And it takes the Dried Tongue. And the blue-green glass marble. And you can make more blue-green glass marbles with Oni metals. Okay. So then I can go back into the skill. Dancing Water Fuse back. And I can make the Ragaraja right on. I'm so behind on this stuff. I ended up buying a Saiha off someone. They had it for like 200. I'm like, that's fine. Ash glass. Purple. What the hell? Red purple glass? Really? Wow. Okay. So what does that look like? Oh, login? Yeah, login reset would be in 45 minutes. So there is the Raga Raja. Favorite that. So is that good at its base form? 50 skill force, 38 chakra. If you're over half, you get attack. Defense. Rear attack? There's rear attack on it. Okay. Fire, dark. 10 cooldown? That's not bad. Like, I wouldn't really fully recommend running Raga Raja as opposed to Greed, but still. It's not bad. Like, I wouldn't even run it over a Chiami. I would sooner have the Chiami over a lone Raga Raja, just when you'd consider chakra. Okay, so there's a boost that can't take that cudgel. Oh, you're saying daily reset's coming? I gotta do that daily quest. I never do that daily quest. Like, I have to log in to do it, but I forget about it sometimes. That means I gotta identify. Good old carrots. Okay, so that means I already did run a dungeon, so that's the whole daily complete. Sweet. Okay. Go to channel 3 real quick. Let's look at the Neon Koropan. I don't want to do it on channel 1 because, like, so many people load in and load out and load in and load out that it just, like, cuts down your, like, time you can, like, exist. If that makes sense. Okay. So we still have the swimsuit packs available for Ellie, Gargoyle, and Rumi. If you did want any of these and you wanted to roll, like, you're better off buying one because you're going to generate limited gacha tickets anyway. This is assuming you want to roll the paid lineup. So, like, if you were going to roll, like, let's say, for example, you were going to roll 60 or bucks or $100 into the unit, you're better off buying these outfits because they are going to give you the limited tickets that it's basically 1 for 1. Now, the only time this isn't applicable is if you're only doing it for the discounts. Because the discounts, I don't think, the tickets don't apply to discount. So, there's that as well. So if you're only doing discounts, this isn't worth it. But I think if you do all the discounts, I think you can do another roll. Like, if you do 5 discounts, maybe, I think you can buy something. I'm not sure about that. I've never really been in that situation. And then there's an Ayasu one as well. What does that look like? Oh, she got a hat? I would get that. I would get that one for sure. She got a hat. And there's also the Ayasu one. Yeah, like, yeah. There's 5. Like, if you were going to spend like 100, you could just buy all the outfits and still get $100 worth of pulls. And you'd get all the transcendence and outfits and stuff. Like, that does kind of like work together. But I'm not sure about the price of the discounts. Like, what does that do for you? So there's the lineup there. So what is this? A mag lineup? What is this? Fire thread? Is this a 16? Okay, Frozen Shadow. Ugh. Frozen Shadow is one of the attack ornamentations, I think. No, it's not. Never mind. Ignore this. I can't even touch this? Why not? I'm poor? Inventory full. Inventory full. What's it full of? Oh, it is full. What the heck? Discard, please. Oh, Wandering Spirit. Right, I did an Oni mode the other day, so that would help. Purified oil. Figured I didn't want to discard those. Yeah, that's right. Well, they said they're going to add inventory. They said, like, that is the #1 thing they get tickets for, is people wanting more inventory. Like, rightfully so. They get that ask all the time. I got a lot of Ryu chests. Can I sell any of them? I can. Oh, I should have enough room now. So, let me go see. I burned my tongue the other day and it's still not healed. I gotta put sugar on it. I guess that helps. Okay, so there's your lineups. You can use free. It's 200. Wow. Okay. So 150. So what's 150 times 5? Let me just think about this really quickly. So 750. So yeah. So basically, if you do all the if you like put in like $100 and you want to spend $100, you can do 5 discount pulls and still have 250 paid OC left, which is enough to like roll again. But you can also buy one of the outfit packs. So realistically, with the discounts, you can get 6 pulls out of it. So that's not bad. But that's only if you do all the discount rolls. Like, you can't just buy all the outfits and then assume to have a 6th. Like, it's not going to work. I don't know how much OC I have. I have 13. 13. Well, now I have more than 13. More than 13. Okay, so that'll give me OC campaign. Because someone in the chat's gonna be like, why didn't you roll your SPs first? You could have got it. You could have saved money. Why? Why? Or why? Why? So first step is because account bonuses. So we do get more SPs this way. But still, I could have rolled the SPs. For sure. So we get some limited tickets, we get some bonuses there, so we'll receive all those. Oh, you get button Bs in though? Look at that. And a premium. Very nice. Oh, 2 premiums. Sweet. Okay. Guess we go back to the plaza. Money. It just says money. I've never noticed it just says money. Like, it doesn't say Ryu, it doesn't say OC, it just says money. It doesn't say, like, currency. It just says money. So, yeah, like, so what is even here? So we have Holy Empty Sky Slash for Sword. And I believe this is close range for Odachi and Sword. It hits 6 times. It's Holy and Slice. Oswald Barak is a ranged attack. I believe it hits 5 times. It's Lightning and Dark, and I think either Impact or Slice. Stone Spire Barrier is for Spear. It's Mountain Pierce, and I believe it hits 6 or 7... No, it hits 6 times in a cone range ahead of you. Oogie Twin Darkness is basically Collapsing Blade Sublime for Twin. It hits, like, I believe 6 times of Dark. It might be really good, but at the same time, this competes with Dullahan Scream, which is available right now, which is 9 hits of potentially cap, which is really low cooldown, really high AoE, it's very quick casting, it's very, very good. And there's Abyss's Abyssal Embrace Sublime, Purg, not to be confused with the Sublime. And that move is iframes, like 7 hits, it's super, super good. It's really, really hard to compete with like a Darkfin Twin Sword, with like triple collapsing or double collapsing backstrike, and those 2 Ogies. Like, it's really hard to like argue that this is better than those 2 Oogies that are pretty much available like partial, like once or twice through the year, that a lot of us already have. So like, and Twin's already competing with Abyssal Embrace Sublime, which is a ranged attack where you shoot 6 projectiles on a long cooldown. But like, it already competes with that, and Abyssal Embrace, and Dullahan Scream, and Shoal Slash Sublime. which is like 30 hits or something, and it's like really good with Chiami. So like, this might be good, but I don't know if it's worth it or not. Because Abyssal Embrace and Dullahan Scream already exist, and there's ranged options in Abyssal Embrace Sublime, and in something else. You know. Then there's Amaya's Punishment Sublime for bow. It doesn't describe it, does it? Okay, shoot an arrow of light that explodes with holy energy, purifying the area on impact. Now here's where it should say, like, 9 hits, meters of range, cooldown, and skill force. If it just added those 5 traits, like, they would get a lot more and a lot less buying. Like, the reason they don't do it is because they don't expect you to know that Aswad Barak Sublime is not just going to be 10 hits of lightning darkness that travels across the screen. Like, it's not. It's like 5. And it's like in a cone. It's not a cone, it's like a friggin', like a beam. It's like a straight shot. Then you have Freezing Bullet Sublime. This is for Wand. It's actually really nice. It's 7 hits of, like, you shoot like a bunch of freezing bullets. It's like a bullet Gatling, essentially. It's not like Sugamo, but you shoot like 7 balls that have slight tracking, so if the enemy moves left or right, it should still connect. Unless it's like, you know, Eldritch Beast, like, moving around. Hey, Haruka, how you doing? And it's pretty good. Like, it's 7 hits, projectile, very nice Sublime. It's ice. The only problem with it being ice is that it's competing with those that have Icicle Punishment. Like, if you already have Icicle Punishment, this may or may not be good. But if you don't, then it's a great option to have. Because there is no Ice Purg Ogi, there's very little competing with this, except for Dark Kenshin's move that we got like a couple months ago, which is, I think, like 6 or 7 hits if you evolve it. And then there's Staff gets Oogie Frostglaive Sublime. I think this one's bad. It hits 5 times in this like fixed area ahead of you. Like, I think it's literally just giving Staff Frostglaive 7 with like a higher skill force count. I don't really think this is it. I don't think it's really worth it. But Wands is good. Bow is good. I think Spears is alright. Especially if we don't have a Mountain Sublime already. Aswad Barak is it's mid. It has range, but the problem with Aswad Barak again is that it's already split between dark and lightning. So there is the caveat on that, is that this works really well on a Dullahan weapon, because the Dullahan weapon and the Dullahan mag is dark and lightning. That's really cool. It works. It's perfect. Fantastic. But the Dullahan already has the hands that are going to out DPS this. That guarantee to hit in the air, hit 9 times, have fast as hell cooldown. You can cast it and it tracks, homes, and it's fighting while you're fighting. So like, it works. But if you get Dullahan Scream will out DPS Aswad Barak instantly. So like, a Dullahan weapon already has 2 Oogie slots like occupied. Like, and if you don't want the Dullahan Scream, you can have Abyssal Embrace. So it's in the same camp of it's competing with things that already exist. Like, it's not doing anything. Like, if Aswad Barak was like lightning, if it was just pure lightning, it would have a slot. It would be contendable. Like, if Aswad Barak was like 100% lightning and you could just like put all your lightning into it, it would be a different case. But because it's part dark, it has to fall into the dark argument of dark already has good moves. You know, and then Holy Empty Sky Slash. Odachi and Sword have other options, I think, that are holy, but if you don't have them, like, there is Spirit Blast Sublime, but that's not probably as good. I know Odachi has other holy sublimes. I can't think of them, but I know it does, because it's just Odachi and Holy, they have that. And then there's Judgment Cross. So Judgment Cross exists. So like, if you have 3 Judgment Crosses and 3 holy weapons, you're kind of good. It should have had the range. Yes, you're right. It should have been a Dark Thunder, Fujin, Circle, and Sublime. If it would have had that utility, Aswad Barak would be better. Like, if it was literally just 7 like beams of lightning moving forward that just traveled and would hit everything in a straight push, yes. If it was 5 hits and hitting this big square in front of you, yes, it would be good. It would be great. Absolutely. So, yeah. Now, Amaya's Punishment Sublime, while Judgment Cross does exist for bow, you would run this with Judgment Cross because they have the exact same range and the exact same hit count, and you would just bounce between the two of them. Judgment Cross, Amaya's Punishment, Judgment Cross, Amaya's Punishment. Like, I think it's a lot better than Exorcist Arrow Sublime. Exorcist Arrow Sublime is, I think, 5 hits in a cone in front of you. Literally, if you've ever seen Exorcist Arrow Sublime, Oswald Barak Sublime is Exorcist Arrow Sublime. Like, it's literally like the exact same technique. Like, it's a cone ahead of you. Hits, not even a cone, it's a straight arrow laser beam that hits 5 times ahead of you. Like, they're very similar in execution, if that's like a point of reference I can give. Yeah. But yeah, Amaya's Punishment, definitely the best one on here. Freezing Bullet's pretty good too. Spears is alright. 6 hits. Like, it's what it should be. Yeah, Exorcist isn't that great. So, like, Amaya's Punishment is a clear standout. It's clearly the best one here. Yeah, the best one's, like, Amaya's Punishment, Juan's Freezing Bullet, and then Spear, and then Sword and Axe, or Sword and Odachi, I'd say. Axe, and, like, I can't even, like, even if this Dark Twin move hits, like, damage cap 6 times, like, it's got too much competition. Like, why would you spend for something that you already have moves that do the same thing, if not better, and provide iframes? Like, that's just my view on all this stuff. Like, at the end of the day, it's your decision what you guys want to do. But, you know, just, you know, why spend when not needed to? So I have 9 tickets. I'm using them one at a time. So because if you get fish eyes once, there's no guarantee you get fish eyes every time. Like, because here's the fish eyes. Like, thanks, Cyrus F, you're working with me. Like, that's a great example. So I got fish eyes once, right? Man, it would have sucked if it was fish eyes for all 5 of them or all 8 of them, right? Like, that's why I don't do that with tickets. Tickets, you should spend them individually. Because now we don't get skull and crossbones or fish eyes. We get a gold, which is a gold. Frostglaive. Okay, cool. I'll take it. That's fine. I'll take a picture of it and everything. Great. I'll put the... I have a rhyme at plus 100. Alright, cool. Well, Frostglaive. That's great. Cool. Right on. I'll take that. I literally just called it like the worst one here. I'll take it though. I'll show it to you guys after. But yeah, that's why you use tickets individually. Because if you just popped all your tickets at once, that fish eyes would like taint every single one of them. So there's another fish eyes. It didn't taint the last of my balls. You don't want your balls tainted. You don't want that. You want to do them individually. The reason why, like, realistically, if, like, you know how, like, when you do a 5 roll, it's, when you do a 5 roll, it's discounted, like you spend 200 instead of 250. If there was no difference, if a single roll was like 40, you would do singles for the entire summoning session. Because 4 times 5 would be 200. Because then you, like, one fish eyes wouldn't taint the rest of your roll. The reason why you do a 5 roll is because you save money. You can get that extra 5 roll out of it. You can get that extra 5 blue balls out of it. That's the reason why. Because, like, people have done it in the past where, like, you can wail hard enough. It's like, if you don't care about the extra $5 every time, you know, you'll get, like, when you get that double 7s, you get that double 7s. Like, that's how it goes. Like, in Genshin, people would do that. They would just do singles because it would stop at when you got the 5-star. Holy Empty Sky Star starts at 6,600. What if it was 6,666 skill force? But that's really high. That's a really high skill force count. And realistically, I think, now I don't know, like, look at all these fish eyes. This is fantastic. But I'm not sure if that's the metric they're going with, but I think moves that hit more than 5 times should have a lower skill force than moves that only hit 5 or 6 times. So, like, if you have a move that hits like 6 to 10 times, its skill force shouldn't be as high as something that's hitting 5 to 6 times, or, you know, from 0 or 1 to 5 times. Like, if a move hits once, it should be doing 100 million damage, as far as I'm concerned, or giving you a buff of some sort. But if they made it so that moves that have really high hit counts had low skill force, it would be balanced, because then it comes down to your build being strong enough to get the most out of it. But if you have a move that only hits like 4, 5, 6 times, you should be capping every hit of that on an endgame build. Like, that should be the payoff. You should get guaranteed caps on low hit moves, low hit count moves. But if you have high hit count moves, it can vary. Like, that should be how it goes. Like, that should be the dynamic they should be trying to instill on us. And that's something I never really thought of, because we end up always getting these moves that are just broken, that hit so many times and have a high as hell skill force, like Judgment Cross. Like, it just, like, because that exists, it's like defeats the whole, like, thought process. So 2 extractions, that's fine. Alright, so we go over to this side, and we have a premium ticket. It's very yummy. Is this the good one? Yes. So Yagyo Jubei is in lineup 2. So Yagyu, Battle Maiden, Nidaime, Lunar Gleam, Shooting Doji, like, to me, Yagyo Jubei is just worth it on herself. Like, and also Lucifer's here, and Satan, and Makami. Like, this lineup is so stacked right now, like, you'd have to be, like, chasing Shiro to go after one. Like, lineup 1 does have Kenshin, does have Shiro, does have Riku. They're all really, really strong. So, like, they are here. But, and Leviathan as well, and Armin. But in, like, the grand scheme of things, like, Yagyo Jubei is, like, cracked. Like, why is she here? Like, she was one of the vanguards we thought was going to be, like, a seasonal exclusive. Up arrows, is this an outfit? Is this, like, Oogie 23? Oh, it is Oogie 23. Oogie 11. Is this Oogie 12? Yeah? Oogie 14. Remember when this was the best Oogie in, like, the entire game? And if you had this, you were a god? Like, remember when having Day 10 Ryu Mega was like, oh my fuck. When are we gonna get Day 10 Ryu 7 though? Like, from a Purg. Like, that'd be great. But I remember when having this, which was only available from premiums, was like the best skill in the entire game. Because Dark wasn't as omnipresent as it is now. Whereas, yeah. Like, I remember when getting Day 10 Ryu Wave, like, 5/6 or Mega was the best. It was the best. You were a god among men when you had that. I remember that. Pepperidge Farms remembers. So we already got one Sublime, the Frostglaive. So that is what it is. So we're trying 4 Stonespire Barrier Sublime. So we'll click on that. It would have been sick to get Stonespire after everything I said, because that's what you want to do. You want to jinx the... I have tickets. Okay, I'm going to use the tickets. But, like, you want to, like, jinx it. So, like, oh, man, it'd be a shame if I spent all this money and then got this thing I wanted without using the money. Like, ha 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 ha. Like, that's what you want to do. And again, limited tickets generate Yorozus, and it's always about Yorozu generation, like when you're rolling. So there's a Fish Eyes. Beautiful. Fantastic. Alright, so here's our first 5 pull. Let's see how we do. Alright, Orange Cat. You're a tabby. You're nice. You're attractive. Fish Eyes. Son of a bitch. So that's the problem. And you don't get the discounts on the single pulls. Now, if they gave us the 10 OC single pull every day, I would do that. I would do that every day. Like, this is like buyer's remorse in one push of the X button. I still don't think you should be able to get Fish Eyes on a 5 pull, like on the paid banner. Like, if you're using like regular OC, like, sure, whatever, but not for paid currency. Like, you shouldn't just get B-rated with these balls. Thanks, Arca. I am getting draw boosts, that's for sure. Man, that could have been pizza. That's all I'm thinking about. Man, that could have been a pizza. Fish Eyes again? Really? This could have been like 2 pizzas. Damn, son. Damn, boy. It kind of sucks. Really? Fish eyes again? Wow. Is this a new record? Like, for fish eyes? Like, 3 out of 4 rolls is fish eyes? 5 blue balls! Wow. Can I send that to Cybers? I'm gonna send that picture to Cybers. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, hello. Like, what the fuck? 5 blues. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine. Six blues in a row. 7 blues in a row. Jesus Christ. A drop boost. A goal. Please. Just be the spear one and let me be done with this. Holy... I got the same one, the Odachi one. Holy empty sky. Jesus. That's ass. That's an ass drop rate. Absolutely. Wow. That just makes me feel so good. This makes me feel amazing. Yeah, for sure. Right. Holy empty wallet is right. Absolutely. So I'm gonna get this Eyasu swimsuit pack, I think. Yeah. Now, if the discount was still going, I could have had 2 more 5 rolls out of it, but it stops at 5. There's no discount on that? There's no discount. Oh, I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, if it was always 150, where did I get these limited tickets? Oh, from her thing. If it was always 150, you could get like 7 rolls out of your thing. Like if this was like you get 10, you'd get a lot of value out of it. A lot more value anyway. So there's our limited tickets from buying the outfit. Shunobans. Where were they? Why couldn't I get Shunobans? Why did I always get fish eyes? Like, what's up with that? Wow. Remember when, like, you would roll and you would get, like, multiple Sublimes? Like, what the fuck? Damn. That's ass. Whew. Yeah, okay. So what does that leave me with for OC? Because I know I don't have a lot of OC now. I have like 100. I might have SP tickets? No, I used them. No, I just got Holy Empty Sky Slash. That was it. I got Frost Glaive off a ticket, and I got 1 Holy Sky Slash in 100. Like, traded the cat. Oh, yeah. I don't think they'll be a next. Because I did all the discounts and got 5 blue fish eggs. Or whatever they're called. Fish eyes. Can't even. Can't even. No, it's not that. It's because I wasn't treated right. One more? Like, I can't afford one more. Spend my pizza money. I had pizza yesterday. It's not like I never have the funds. He's rich as fuck. I wish. No, I didn't pre-order Tower Fantasy, no. Tower Fantasy is going to be free. I don't know why I would pay for something that's free. What? I just bought OC. What the hell? Are the Sublimes tradable? I don't think so. No. 2 days! 2 days! I'd be working those days. I swear though. Well, it's not fish eyes. I draw boost. Is this just fish eyes of a different name? Sublime and Vanguard should not be the same OC? Oh, a fucking thing. Holy shit. What is it? Oh, really? Are you fucking serious? The same one? That's some bullshit. Like, that's a 12.5% chance of happening. Switch Showtime. Oh, yeah. I'll get right on that. Oh, yeah. The only Odachi I have is the Silhouette Odachi. Put that on an other side Odachi. Like, absolutely. For sure. Fish eyes again? Go fuck yourself. It does. Honestly. Like, if Sublimes were with Vanguards, it would be so much better. But the fact that they're, like, segregated and there's no chance of getting a Vanguard makes Sublimes, like, suck. I did one thing when I woke up, but nothing specific. I haven't done that one in a long time, but yeah, I just did one. Oh, wow. A green! It's what I've always wanted. Hair ticket. It should, yeah. Sublime banners should be less. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. What is it? Never in all my years, never in all my years have I seen the same one 3 times in a row. Like, there's no way. Can you buy that one? I don't think they're tradable. There's like 5 Odachi players. No, my first one was the staff one. Yeah, that should happen with Vanguards, absolutely. That's for Odachi. I'm pretty sure it was Odachi every time. It wasn't Sword. Like, it was Odachi, Odachi, Odachi. Like, I remember when I rolled for the Abyss ones, I couldn't get mine. And then they ended up being tradable. I think that's it. I think I'm out. No, I got one more. It didn't look like I've done this so much that I know when it's going fish eyes. I can feel it. Like, you just look at the animation, you're like, yeah, that's fish eyes. And I'm like, this doesn't feel like fish eyes, but looking at these balls, it sure feels like fish eyes. You found a gold ball? Is that an orange? And we need to, like, swear off Sublimes. Like, honestly. Like, Sublimes should be in the Black Cat. Like, sorry, but like, really, Sublimes should be tradable, or like you can buy them on someone for paid OC guaranteed. Has to be paid OC. But like, Sublimes should be like, if Sublimes were sellable, that'd be great. You don't have to go under the bed or cry. It's all right. But like, really though, like, this is a prime example. Like, this is the state the game's in. Like, now at the same time, in like a Genshin game, $200 is just one guaranteed copy of a character. Like, but at the same time, it's not $200. I live in Canada. That was $300. Yeah. Like, the thing is, yeah, but that won't make, like, Sublimes won't make the game better, because you're just going to go into Vanguard anyway. Oh, I did claim all this stuff. I did, okay. Like, I remember when I wanted the last Mountain Sublime, not the last one, but the one before, the first one, it was like 700 OC. Like, it was like 7,000 OC of bullshit. But the problem is I just keep getting this fucking thing. Like, I could have got, you know, the bow one, or the Azwad, or mine, like anything. But no, it's like I got 4 Sublimes in 200. No, it's 3 and 200. It's like I paid $100 for each one of these fucking things. But like gachas are gachas, but like, if they just had a shop that was like 500 OC, buy a copy of what you want, people would do that. Because, like, I could have had like 3 games for that. For sure. A roll in the free? I suppose. Like, I don't log in enough for OC, but sure. Like, I guess I could be logging in every day. I'd get some OC that way. Like, I could roll more. Like, what I mean is, like, if I was doing my, like, daily logins, like, every day, I'd have more rolling OC. I just don't consider it rolling OC. I consider it restores. but I do have some more SPs here. Or whatever they are. I have 5? Okay. There's a Shuno ban. Skill card 9. What's with that face? There's a fisheye. Like, fisheye shouldn't be possible on the paid side. At all. Fisheye should never be an option on the paid side. Oh, that one. Every time I see that face, it's like, ooh. Like, it always makes me chuckle, that face. Every time I see that emoji. Because it's like the puppy dog's face. Puppy dog eyes. Yeah, like, now, if we could trade Sublimes with people that had Sublimes, you know, I'd have 3 Odachi ones. Like, I would be giving Odachi people their Sublime. Like, if that would happen. Man, premiums are ass. That's for sure. Legendary, legendary. Premium, premium. From Idol Hunters? No, I didn't log in yesterday. Yeah, I am getting all the wrong movies. That's for sure. Who was it? My best friend was over yesterday, and he was like playing all his like gacha games and stuff. And like one of these games he logs into, he's like, holy shit! He's like, look, he's like, I can buy all the currency for like one like Ryu, like essentially. And I'm like, what the heck? He's like, there's some event going on. He's like, I can just get all these summons. Like, what's going on? And like the game's giving him like all these tickets to get like 5 stars and stuff. He's like, what event is this? And he's like getting 5. He's like passing it to me. He's like, here, just gets 5 stars. And I'm like, okay. And then we look it up, and the game is like shutting down in like September. But the developers were like, here, just have all the 5 stars you've ever wanted. Like, just go for it. And they're giving like every time you like do a 10 pull, you get a ticket to do another like get a 5 star. Like, it's like insane. Like, it was just like doing all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure he was free to play in it. Like, I don't think he paid money in it. But, like, it was... And it was, like, a hollow feel. Like, I had no... Like, it was my first time, like, touching him. And, like, even he's like, this is... You just... It was just, like... He's like, this is, like... He's like, this is what being a whale's like. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not at all. You're just skipping to the 5 star. Like, it's just giving you the 5 star. But, like... It was a different experience. It was just, like... And then after it was, like, this is just, like, a pull simulator... that happened to you in a game you used to play? Oh, okay. Like, that is a nice thing to see. Like, when that happens, like when that happens, there should just be a period where it's just like, here, you have infinite of everything. Just go have fun. Like, similarly to like when, you know, when like when, you know, in like those soap operas and stuff, when like a doctor is like, oh, you only have like 2 months to live, and then the guy goes and like, yes, a funeral, exactly. But like, and then he's like, you have 2 months to live, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go do everything I possibly can before that happens. And then in the good stories, like the good ones, like he ends up like, because he was active and had a will to live and do what he wanted to do, he overcomes this with like slight limitation and actually lives longer. But like that like period of like, okay, like things are about to stop, let's just do everything we possibly can before it's like over. Like, that's a good thing to do. A funeral, exactly, a fun funeral. Like just like, here's debug mode, like here's everything you've ever wanted, just like go have fun, go do everything you wanted to do. Like that's when you put in an NPC that just has like, Kaguya is able to craft every mag all the time. Yeah, like, and the thing is, like, the people with, like, that kind of cash, like the millionaires, the quintillionaires, the billionaires, like, they don't play gacha games. They take the money and they invest it in more money. Like, although it'd be, like, it would be fun to, like, I always said, like, it'd be so fun to watch, like, Bill Gates or somebody, like, play a gacha game, or, like, Mr. Beast or something like that. But at the end of the day, the gameplay-wise would be boring as shit. Because there's no struggle. There's no if they're getting the thing. It's they're getting it. It's done. Like, they have everything maxed out. Everything's perfect. Everything's, like, perfect. Like, it's sort of like when you get isekai'd and you just have all your powers maxed out. Like, there's no struggle. There's no, like, hey, I have what I have. I'm going to work with what I have to get things done. That's the exciting part. Living in the eternal struggle of, like, a balance between, like, you know, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. That's the best feeling. But, like, when everybody has, like, everything possible and it's, like, perfect and everything is, like, zero-summed, that's when you're playing, like, a card game with every card unlocked. You're not just going to be better. It's just everybody has, like, when everybody has it, it's like, okay, you got to think about it. Like, it's still not that, but if you were playing, like, a card game, like, let's say, like, you're going to, like, your locals or whatever, and you're playing cards, and everyone just has the packs they pulled, like, you know, from their allowance and stuff, and you show up with, like, a $500 deck, you're beating all of them because you just have all the cards. Like, it's a different experience. Like, what's up? What's the question, ma'am? That's a great question. I kind of just didn't get around to it. I don't think I have any more tickets or anything. Because I remember the guide you had wanted was, like, what's the guide for, like, staying motivated? Like, what is there to do in Oni now? Like, that was the gist of it, right? Like, what does a player do at endgame once they have, like, everything? Or, I know, yeah, it went down. Yeah. There's no 3,000 subscriber video. Wait, what? Really? I have 1 subscriber per video? That's wild. That's a lot of videos. So, like, to answer that question, though, recently one of, if not our biggest, like, whale player has quit. They've quit playing. They felt that from what I understood, is that they felt like they had beaten the game. Like they had gotten everything. And, like, there was no, like, struggle. Like, there was nothing really to work for. And even if there was, it wasn't better than what they could have had. That's how I would understand it. But yeah, they're done with the game. And that was Bloom. I played with him a lot. Talked to him a lot. And that's what I understood. Like, I haven't talked to him, like, personally about it since, because, like, I don't know, I just don't want to, like, do that. But yeah, like, Oni does have the maximum freedom. Like there's so much good about Oni that I don't see in any other game I play, and that always makes me smile. Like, just like if I play a different game or a gacha, like specifically gacha games, like I see like so much restriction and so much battle pass and so much money, and so much like and the people are very toxic in these games. Like you go into their communities and you talk to them, and there's so much absolutism that it's like poison to the imagination. Like it's poison to the player. Where like people are so hyper focused on winning, so hyper focused on like things being essential. Like they're so hyper focused on you have to get this character or else. And I'm always like, what's the or else? If the game is you have to get this character or else the game isn't playable, then the game isn't playable. These are a lot of questions here. How many promises I break? A lot of things go undelivered, for sure. Well, that's the thing too, like a lot of gacha games aren't without their faults. Like a lot of them it's like pick your poison. Find something you like and just let it kill you. You know? That's how that goes. But yeah, like and that's the big part of what makes like a game is the community. It's what people do with it. It's like at the end of the day the game's the game. You can do like it's not it does a lot, but it can't do everything. And it's up to the people to make things exciting. Like, yeah. So, like, what happened in Oni 2018? Like, what was the big shift? So, like, 2018... Because I hear people reference Oni 2017, Oni 2018 a lot. And I think... What changed was ever since Yog acknowledges not to forget trading and experience dungeon. I feel like Yog was a bit earlier than that. Like, because we had the game 2015, 2016. Yeah, you might be right. 2018, yeah. So, like, well, Yog introduced this handout mentality of like, oh, just, you know, if you play enough events, you're just gonna get stuff, and it took away from the hard work aspect of it. Because like Oni was a different game. Like when you had to farm your mags in Naki Cave, fevers showed up all the time. You had to take advantage of it. You felt like you had to do stuff because no one was gonna like just like the game wasn't just gonna carry you. Like, you had to, like, carry yourself in the game, and you felt pride for it. Like, no one realistically has pride in knowledges because they didn't create them. But if you ornamented them perfectly and re-rolled them and stuff, you can have pride in that. But we didn't have re-rolling when they came out. When Vanguard showed up? Well, I've never really had a disdain towards Vanguards. Like, because I remember I played the game, like, every day, like, when it came out, like, before Vanguards, and, you know, it was, like, I wanted to play Spear. I found what I liked, I wanted to learn it, played it, did all this stuff. But that was, like, when Miyamoto came out. But, to its defense, the best thing about Vanguards is that their power is dependent on your build. It's dependent on how strong your weapon is when you Vanguard swap. It's dependent on what... it's dependent on your build. Like, other games, you just get a character. Yes, that fucked it up for sure. Like, when you get a character in another game like Genshin or Honkai or whatever, that character's innate stats, or even Fire Emblem for example, a lot of games, even Idol Hunters, like... when you get a character, like, you can just get a character that stats are so cracked that it doesn't matter how you've played the game. They're just so good that they're better than everything else, including yourself, and like it's a problem. But like in Oni, like you can have the best vanguards in the game, but if you yourself aren't built, like they weren't devastating, they weren't overpowered. But what changes this? Yogg changes this. Like the people, like some people could like wail. Like the best thing about Oni is that someone could just drop like $500 and get a vanguard, but if they themselves weren't good, then it was just a slight increase in power. And like they would only really fully get the full effect of their vanguard once they had a build. But then with the Yogg, people got 128 weapons, and they got mags that worked at 110 and gave you more skill force than anything else. It was a huge power creep that was free. Power creep's not usually free. So, yeah, Yogg changed things. Like, it made it so that everybody had cap skill force. It didn't matter. Everybody that played had cap skill force. Yeah, I pulled 2 more Odachi Yogis. Or I pulled 1 more, I think. But... yeah, the game definitely changed. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You hate that. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? You force or they hate you to get carried or spend to get broken to his vanguard, because honestly, that's how it works. Because you came back to the game recently. You can't do... Yeah, it's right. You can't do a lot of the endgame content with free vanguards. That's right. Like, now someone could get lucky. Like, if you play like every every gala kind of thing, and you get like a free vanguard, you could have like Shiro 2-3 scrolls, and you could do content. But that's a lot of like ifs, and do you understand the game and stuff. Like, there was a time when people would ask me what vanguard to get from gala, and I would tell them Kenshin, because Kenshin had a move that was really good. Yeah, that's a problem too. Is like when you do like succumb to like, yeah, I want to get better. Yeah, I want to get this vanguard, and then you don't get what you want. Like, exactly, you spend 500, and it's like, okay, you can now go Yorozu 1 copy of the character. It's like, okay, and then you get scraps, and then it's just, you resign yourself to like, okay, guess I'm just slaving through this. You know, like, who's here? Eyasu? I'm close to Eyasu, but